Okay, how you doing? I'm going to talk about how to get deals from social media without selling, without annoying your friends and followers like we see all the time on social media, or specifically Facebook. Before I get too far along, I just want to thank NMP for giving us this platform. I really appreciate it. And also, I want to, introduce myself. My name is Jason Lutz. I'm COO of Derivian Group, and we have all kinds of products. We have Rate Alert, Buyers App, LO SocialBot, RE SocialBot, LO Magnet, you name it. But I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about LO SocialBot, actually quite a bit about LO SocialBot, periodically throughout this presentation, and there's a couple reasons why that I'll get to in a second. But first, let me make sure that this presentation is for you. Like, I don't want to get 20 minutes down the road and you're like, what the hell? This is not what I thought it was going to be. First, this 25, 30-minute presentation is for you if you've tried to market on social media or specifically Facebook and failed miserably, right? It just didn't work out for you, which is a lot of us. It's also for you if you're actually doing some Facebook marketing and you're getting some results. You're going to get a hell of a lot out of this presentation because I got some little few things here and there that you can just tweak or change about something you might be doing, and you'll yield quite a bit of results. Plus, I'm also going to talk to you about LO SocialBot, which will make your life a ton easier if you're currently marketing. I promise you that you're really going to want to hear a little bit about that towards the end. And it's also for you, I guess, lastly, if you're like me, which is you just feel a little bit weird about, I don't know, marketing on social media. I mean, truly marketing, like saying, hey, listen, if you need to buy or refi, I'm your guy. Like doing that to my friends and followers is like, no way. Like I would never do that. Would not feel good, right? And so probably not very good for someone trying to sell a product, but to be sort of afraid of sales, but it's just not my mode. And so with LO SocialBot, with LO SocialBot, but I'm going to talk to you about exactly how it is that you can, I guess, market on Facebook and other social media in a cool way and a giving way that engenders credibility and does all that kind of good stuff, while at the same time reminding people that you are in the mortgage and loan business, and if they need anything like that, they should contact you. All right. So, one last thing, just to be full disclosure here, and you can jump off at any time, obviously, but I will be talking about LO SocialBot, like I said. And there's really two reasons why. One is we get a ton of experience in testing and all that because we market for thousands of loan officers and real estate agents throughout the country. So we can make a little tweak here and there. We can see it, how it changes things quickly. You know what I mean? In a big way. So that's how we glean our experience and why it is that I'm kind of authority to talk to you about this. The second reason why is, quite frankly, I'm going to want you to try LO SocialBot for $1 for 30 days. And it's less than $1 thereafter if you decide to stick on, because loan officers absolutely love it. I'm going to show you these testimonials and that kind of thing, but I really would like you to give it a try. It's how we make a living. So that's the other reason why I will periodically be talking about LO SocialBot. But make no mistake, you do not need to buy a single solitary thing from me or anyone else to have major success marketing on social media and glean something from this, because what I'm basically going to do is show you exactly what it is we do for our loan officers in LO SocialBot. And there's absolutely no reason why you can't duplicate yourself. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing truly outlandishly magical that we're doing that no one cannot possibly do. I'm going to show you step by step and exactly what it is we do, why it works, and why you should be doing it too, either on your own or via LO SocialBot does it for you with zero effort. But that's the reality. I'm going to completely pull back the curtain. All right, let's jump into this. Let's say you have 300 Facebook friends, okay? That's the average. We're in sales, might have a little bit more, you might have less, whatever. Let's just play with the 300 number. That means about 10% of those people will move per year. That's 30 potential deals. Now, I know I'm not talking about, people buying second home and investment property. We're obviously leaving out those people and refinances, right? But we're also, we also have friends and stuff that are like teenagers and kids, right? And they're obviously not buying. So this is just a good round, let's get to, moving on type of number, right? 30 potential deals. Now, my guess is you're not getting a lot of those referrals, right? That's why we're on this webinar. Now, people will try to make marketing on social media and Facebook and all the others like into this really sort of magical thing where it's so difficult you couldn't possibly do it on your own. But the reality is marketing on Facebook is no different than marketing in any other way, or at least the piece that really matters. Like, there's one reason why you will be successful at marketing on Facebook or anything else, and that's really the case whether or not you're marketing via cold calling, newsletters, TV commercials, emails. It doesn't matter. There's one key component that must happen for you to get a referral or get a sale, and that's the case with social media as well as all the others. And the key is, of course, being there at the magic moment, right? Be there at the magic moment when someone decides to buy a house, refinance, get a second home, get an investment property. Clearly, if you're in front of them during that decision-making process in their head where they're flipping that switch, you're pretty likely to get the deal. On the flip side, you're never going to convince someone to buy a house that doesn't want to buy a house. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work that way. And so the key to sales of anything is being there. That's why every time we see a loan officer that kills it, they're always like, they're hustling. They're just in front of more people. It doesn't take anything magical other than being in front of the people when they are in that decision-making mode. Or a real estate agent has had enough with their loan officer. If you were in front of them at that moment, don't you think it's a pretty good chance you're going to get the deal or get a chance? Of course, right? Well, the key is here, though, is clearly Facebook is absolutely critical in our world to be in front of people at the magic moment. And I know all of us sort of intuitively know this, you know what I mean? Because we're like, oh yeah, Facebook seems like an important thing, right? Important mechanism to market, but it's so much bigger than that. Look at this. 1 in 5 page views in the United States occurs on Facebook. It's 20% of the internet traffic. It's not our website. It's not our blog. It's nothing like that. It's Facebook. So clearly, if we're going to be on the internet, we should probably be on Facebook, right? Look at this. Average time spent on Facebook, 20 minutes. 20 minutes per visit. That's insane to me. Like, I can't imagine being on Facebook for 20 minutes, but that's me. Secondly, if you're into internet marketing at all, you know that 20 minutes on a website is like unheard of. It's a lifetime, okay? So it's pretty impressive. But this last statistic, if you aren't sort of already convinced, which I think you might be already, but this last one will absolutely convince you that if you're not marketing on Facebook, at the end of this presentation, you have got to get a plan. Whether or not we're part of your plan or not, I really hope we are, because we're pretty freaking good. But if we're not, you still need to get a plan. Look at this. 78% of salespeople using social media outsell their peers. 78%. So this to me is telling me that people who are in sales clearly believe, or that are good at sales and that are having success, they clearly they know that they need to be in front of people at that magic moment. And there is no better place on the internet to be there, right? It's obviously Facebook. So we got to get knocking at it. But the question really now remains, all right, fine. I get it. Facebook is important. I should probably be on Facebook. I should probably be marketing on Facebook. But what the hell do I do? Like, how can I be in front of people in a cool way on a regular basis and not have them get sort of annoyed by me? Kind of like the title of this, get referrals from Facebook without annoying your friends and followers. How do you do that? There's only one way to do that. And at the same time, engender credibility, be of huge help to your friends and followers, and look kind of cool. You know what I mean? So this is it. It's content marketing. Content creates trust, and this has always been true, and trust is the filter through which all business success must pass. Okay? Content marketing is really the only way that we can use Facebook to its fullest potential. And what I mean by that is, the key thing is that we should be in front of our friends and followers on a regular basis, so we're in front of them during that magic moment. Well, content marketing is a way to do that so that you're doing it in a cool way. We want content that basically appeals to anyone that owns a home or is looking to buy a home, right? And people that own a home are sort of interested in their biggest asset, right? that kind of stuff. And we have the ability as loan officers to create that kind of content. And we certainly do it for a lot of loan officers over at LO Social Bot. So what I want to do here, real quickly, is I want to go over sort of the keys to content marketing, the keys that we have found that make the content sort of most valuable to the friends and followers of yours. And then I'm going to share with you some of the posts that we do, why we do them, how you can structure your posts just slightly different to get more likes, shares, and that kind of thing. All the while, I'll quite honestly be walking you through LO Social Bot and what we do for our members, right? And you can just either become a member and spend less than $1 a day for it, or just completely rip off what we're doing. You know what I mean? Just do it for yourself. Absolutely. If you have the time and inclination, absolutely. All right. So the keys to content marketing. The first and foremost is it needs to be timely. We have done evergreen posts and they have a place. And what I mean by evergreen, I mean like something that you could post at any time. You could post it 6 months from now or 6 months ago. It really wouldn't matter. Like, 7 things you need to know before you buy your first house, or 10 ways to save on your next home, stuff like that. Those have a place and they have some value. But in terms of being sort of, getting your stuff read and clicked on, really, it needs to be affecting your friends and followers. It needs to appeal to a wide swath of the people. And that means what is happening in today's world. It is a Facebook news feed, right, for a reason. What's happening here and now in the world that's affecting their biggest asset, that's affecting mortgage rates, political stuff, geopolitical stuff that's happening now. If you're not doing that, you're missing a huge sort of value add, because that's why they're there. They want to know what's happening now, right? The second thing, relevant. And what I mean by relevant here is that it needs to engender credibility. And when we post things, we see this a lot. I mean, you probably see it a lot because we're all friends with loan officers and real estate agents and that kind of thing. We'll see occasionally someone post, hey, here's a way to save space in your closet, right? And it's sort of a business related post. It's just not, it doesn't engender any credibility because it doesn't boost you, right? It doesn't make you look good that you know how to save space in a closet. Like, it doesn't make you a better loan officer, a more informed loan officer, or an expert in the real estate and mortgage field, right? And frankly, it just doesn't have anything to do with us. And so we want to make sure that when we're posting content, we appeal to a wide swath. I told you that before, where we are basically appealing to anyone that owns a home or is looking to buy a home. Those are what a majority of our posts should be. We can sprinkle in there little things here and there about first-time home buyers, or we see this all the time, right? Listings. Oh my God, more and more listings on your Facebook feed. Again, it has a place, I'm sure. And certainly in a listing presentation for real estate agents, I totally get it. You want to show that you're hip and you're in the know and you know what's going on, right? And you're marketing on Facebook, and I get that. But in terms of your actual friends and followers, no one's interested in that house. You know what I mean? Like, they need to be interested in buying a house right then and there. That's not a lot of your people. In that neighborhood, that number of bedrooms and bathrooms, in that price range. Like, that's statistically highly unlikely that your friends and followers are going to actually be into that house. And it's not really helping them. It's not really of value to them. We want to get relevant content that elevates you and is at the same time kind of giving them what they want. Okay, lastly, it needs to be interesting. Now, this is the most vague one. I mean, because I'm telling you we need to post timely and relevant content, I mean, it's not like super interesting stuff is happening all the time in the real estate and mortgage industry that's affecting their real estate. It so happens that over the last year, in particular, it hasn't been too hard. And the posts have been interesting more often than not because of just the climate we're in. But I'm more referring to make sure you sort of write it and do the headlines and everything from what your friends and followers that own a home or are looking to buy a home would care about, right? And really would be of interest to them. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to log in or show you our login screen for our LO Social Bot account. And then I'm going to walk you through some of the different types of posts that we do, what works and why. Right? And you can absolutely do this yourself. A few of these you can do yourself very easily. But I'm going to scroll down here for you a little bit. Now look at this. This is when you log in, which I hope you get LO Social Bot for $1 for 30 days. By the way, I'm going to give you a discount code at the end, so don't get it right here and now, because I know you might be multitasking, saying, "Hey, what's this LO Social Bot thing?" I got a discount code for you at the end. I want you to use it. That way you can get your $1 for 30 days, and tons off of it. All right, so as you scroll down here, you'll see all these different types of posts. Basically, with our system, all you do is set this schedule once and you're done. Like, you never have to mess with your social media again. It's so super slick, right? But anyway, let's go through these posts, and then I'll sort of show you how to set up LO Social Bot, because it takes a total of 10 minutes and you'll never have to create content that has depth and engenders credibility anymore. It's so slick. All right, so the first type of post, it's flash post, okay? That one is either on or off, as you'll see here. And I'm logged in as this like fake account, by the way. And the reason why this is on or off, where all of our others are actually a schedule type thing, is like, I want this type of post to go out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for Facebook and LinkedIn. I want it to be treated this way. This one's actually on or off because we never know when it's going to happen. A flash post is based on when the market moves enough, or not really the market, excuse me. It's when there's something in the news that's dramatic enough that everyone's sort of talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's in the social media ether already. Not just, mortgage and real estate geeks like us. I'm talking about like everyone else. They're talking about. And then we write an article and we pull it back in to how it's affecting real estate. It works so well when you sort of you write about something or do a post about something people are already talking about, and then you rope it into how it affects their biggest asset, right? Their house. Here's an example of one. This was a really good one for us. Now, again, what happens is they go to Facebook or whatever, they click on the post, and they come to a blog page like this. It's completely branded to the loan officer and everything. This is what we wrote about on one time. And this was middle of March. You guys will remember when Fed increased rates and mortgage rates actually dropped. Now, we all know why that happened. And in this post, we explain exactly what happened. But it definitely was a purple stop sign, right? Because everyone's been talking about, oh, the Fed's increasing rates. Fed's increasing rates. I mean, it's going on for weeks. Finally, they do it. And then what happens? Rates actually go down for the consumer, and mortgage rates and that kind of thing. It was absolutely fantastic. Got tons of likes and shares and comments for our loan officers. Another thing I want to share with you for when you do your own blog posts, like I said, make it topical. Those flash posts are the best. But secondly, notice this. All of our posts are on branded pages, right? Your company name here, loan officer information there. Then we have depth of content. This is all the content that the loan officer has approved and has posted their social media. Now it really looks like you got something going on. You're writing these great posts. That's great. But the one thing you don't want to do, whether you get LO Social Bot or not, just don't do this. It makes me sort of cringe when I see loan officers do this on a regular basis. Don't post third-party websites like a CNBC or something of that nature on your social media and think you're like marketing, because it's really not, because that doesn't engender any credibility at all. Anyone can copy and paste a link. But more importantly, we sort of established earlier our real reason for posting and doing all this is so we can catch people at that moment when they're ready to buy or refi or whatever, right? Well, now we do it and we just pushed them off to another world that has ads for Rocket Mortgage or whatever, some real estate ad. But bottom line is, it's not your world. It's not your stuff. It's somebody else's. Not a good idea. I mean, it's sort of defeating the purpose. Almost better not to do anything. All right, so those are great type of posts that you can do. Here's another one that you can do that actually we get a lot of likes and shares and all that kind of stuff from, but I'm not sure it really engenders a ton of credibility. I've been talking about, hey, you need to engender credibility and all that kind of stuff. This might be the one exception that we do, but people like it. So fun real estate news and home tips are really just that. They're like, we do like new technologies in homes and that kind of thing, but we also do celebrity listings a lot, because celebrity listings just gets the most traffic. And, the people like to see nice, pretty homes of the rich and famous, right? And it's just the way we are. And so we do a lot of this. Now, again, I'm not sure this engenders a ton of credibility, but they're easy to do. Much easier than these other posts I'll show you here in a second. I'll just show you two more just so you can get an idea of a few things. Oh, I want to point out one thing for Facebook. Absolutely, if you're posting on Facebook from your blog or anything like this, you have got to stick around for another 5 minutes. This will get you anywhere from 300 to 500% increase in engagement within your blog once they're there. Absolutely imperative. All right, so with fun real estate news and home tips, I mean, it's just that. It's fun, but it's easier to do. So you can absolutely duplicate this on your own. Not a big deal. Again, I'm not sure it engenders a lot of credibility, but it does get activity, and that's important too. All right, here's one. Mortgage market overview. This is the one I want to talk about here. I'm going to actually go to our Facebook page and show you something. And this is our page. So, by the way, all the posts that you're seeing, it completely branded you. LO Social Bot doesn't show up anywhere on it, right? Okay. See, look at this. 4.9 out of 5, 74. Everyone loves LO Social Bot because of the content. And once you set it up after 10 minutes, and I'll show you the next 2 steps after the schedule, you don't have to do anything. It just does it for you. Other than respond to comments and likes and shares and all that. You got to do that, please. All right. So imagine, in fact, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to turn this into like a phone view. I want to share something with you, particularly those of you that are posting on blogs and sharing it on social media and that kind of thing. So I'll make this look like a phone. The reason why I'm doing that is that about 65 to 70% of Facebook traffic is via mobile. So if your website or your blog does not look flawless on a phone, you're probably doing yourself more harm than good. So make sure that it looks really good, renders quickly on a phone and all that kind of stuff. But secondly, and this is really what I wanted to talk about that was huge for us. You see on this where we have this image, which is nice. It kind of tells a quick story. Even if they don't click on it, they're getting something out of it, which I love. But secondly, see how the imagery is consistent. They click on it, they go to this page. Imagine this is a phone, right? Well, they know they clicked on the right thing. They're not getting bumped, right? A lot of times on blogs that I see, you have your company name here, you got your loan officer picture up here, along with their contact information and all that kind of, maybe even a little bio or whatever. Next thing you know, the thing that they clicked on was this. Now they go to a world that doesn't even make sense to them. They're like, where the hell am I? Where's the article? I click on the wrong thing. We do it all the time. I mean, the number of times I've clicked on an article and thinking maybe there was a video or whatever I thought was going to be there based on the imagery, and it's not there. I'm like, did I click on the wrong thing? I'm like scrolling around. It's frustrating, right? And you click away. Obviously, you don't get frustrated for too long. You just bow out. So with your blog posts, particularly when you're posting them to Facebook, because so much of the traffic is mobile, and so you have this smaller space and you need to be far more cognizant of what they're seeing immediately, have this consistent imagery. This paid 300 to 500% dividends in the engagement once they were here. The second thing is, Facebook we skim it, right? It's really what we do. We're on our phone, we kind of thumb through it, and we're skimming. This post, Mortgage Market Overview, is fantastic for that because it's very visual and very skimmable, right? You have bullet points. It's very easy to see. This is direction of rates and why. And neither should you, talk about actual interest rates. We don't say, oh, well, that's good. The average 3-year fix is 3 1/8. Never. We talk about direction. What's happening politically, geopolitically, domestic in terms of economic numbers. We know all that stuff affects real estate. It affects mortgages, jobless claims. We get that. We talk about that, right? And we put it in a way that consumers and our prospects and real estate agents can easily digest, right? And it's just skimmable, right? It's absolutely fantastic, and they get a lot out of it. But you definitely want to do that. You want to keep that in mind when you're posting different social media. What's their thought process? LinkedIn's a little different. Not nearly the traffic on mobile as it is on desktop, so you can think about it and treat it a little differently. In fact, let me actually show you a great post for LinkedIn. I was just thinking about it. In-depth market analysis. This is the same type of timely, relevant content that we do in Mortgage Market Overview, but there's a little bit more meat on the bone, which is exactly what you want to do with LinkedIn because it's a more sort of professional environment. I'll kind of make this look like a phone anyway, too, just so you can see how good it looks on a phone as well. So we give a little bit more historical perspective on the same sort of timely, relevant content. But note something. Look how, this is juicy stuff. Like, if you had all the time in the world, this is the type of content that you would You would be posting about, hey, this is what's affecting real estate, mortgage rates, your biggest asset, that kind of stuff, in a really great way for real estate agents, financial planners, tax accountants. I mean, this is good stuff, right? We also do, by the way, real estate market overview. Oh, credibility booster. This is a good one as well. So what we do is we talk about like scams that are going on. You know how many like crazy scams there are, like title companies and not like title companies are committing scams. I mean like hackers are hacking into title companies' emails and then seeing when a closing's coming close, and then they email the people that are getting ready to close saying, hey, this is how much you need to wire to us, and this is wire instructions, and it looks absolutely flawless, and then they wire the money and they've lost all their money for their home or their down payment. It's tragic. Or same thing with like those rental scams for down payments and Craigslist. Yeah, we talk about that, right? And we educate your people for our loan officers, right? And they end up, the moral of the story after we explain what the scam is, how it is that they can protect themselves. We then say basically, hey, listen, if you have any questions, I'm here to help. Like that's just let me know. If you're ever uncomfortable, let me know. I can give you some guidance here. It's just a consumer advocacy piece. It's absolutely fantastic for Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it. It's just good stuff, right? We also have Mortgage Market Overview Weekly, in-depth on a weekly basis as well. Okay, so for our loan officers, we kind of went over a lot of stuff really quick here, and I'm coming up on 30 minutes. I promised you it wouldn't be over that, so I'm trying to go quick here, guys. But this is all the content. So our loan officers, they set the schedule based on how frequently they want to post on their various social media. Then all they do is they connect their social network, right? You click connect and you're done. It's not much to it. And then edit market profile. Those are the 3 steps that you have to take, and you will have a consistent flow of good quality content to your social media. Now, I don't want to give you the impression that is all you should ever do with your business social. Absolutely not. I mean, you should do other stuff. Make it personal. Post your own things about your company, what's going on, which you actually can do through all the social bot as well. You can create your own post. But the reason why a lot of us don't do it on a regular basis is we just don't have time. And if we're not marketing on a regular basis, as the old adage goes, you might as well not be marketing. I mean, what's the point to do it sporadically? The other thing that's key here that I don't think I actually stress enough in webinars like this is that we all know what people do when they come in contact with us and they're going to maybe do business with us. They Google us, right? Your prospects are Googling you, no different than you Google, your people that you're going to be doing business with, you're going to give money to. Well, more likely than not, they're going to come up and Google you and LinkedIn's going to show up. Or maybe your Facebook account. Maybe your website, but they're going to look at LinkedIn because that's a trusted source. You know what I mean? Like they know LinkedIn, they don't know your website, and it might not even be 100% sure it's you and that kind of thing. So, and they want to see that you are actually involved in the mortgage industry. Like you're actually doing stuff. You actually have something to say. You're a thought leader. You're just relevant. And having good quality content on your various social medias is a fantastic way to let them know that you're actually in the business doing stuff and you're not just kind of sitting around the sidelines. I don't bring that up enough. I think that's actually very important. Not just being in front of your friends and followers so that you're in front of them at the magic moment and have engendered credibility, but also the people you just come in contact with. By the way, if you have an existing website, we have a website widget for you. You just copy and paste that stuff in there, and this will show up on your toolbar. You can change the theme, the look and feel of the actual blog. You can change the color of it. It's really slick, super cool, just green. It's awesome. So there's a lot to do with it. I won't go over too much more of it. Bottom line is, it's really slick. Loan officers love it. I even showed you this here. Did I show you this? Yeah. 4.9, 74. Everyone loves it. All right, so let's do this. Key. With our posts, any post, the post you're posting, whatever, when someone actually engages and they're asking something or they have a comment or they like and share it or whatever, use that as a reason to get in front of them or have a conversation with them. I mean, if you just leave the entire process on Facebook, You know what I mean? Like from posting all the stuff to answering their comments and everything sort of just happens on Facebook. You're not recultivating that relationship and you're not likely to find out much more about them. So use that as an excuse to call them. I mean, if you have 300 friends on Facebook, or some of you have like 1,000, you're not talking to those people on any kind of regular basis, right? But use this to get in front of them, to talk with them, learn about what's going on in their life and the life of their family and brothers and sisters and use that as an opportunity for leads and that kind of thing. Okay? Don't leave all the action on Facebook. It's simply a means to an end. Be social. It kind of goes in the same line. I'm sort of being redundant, but join groups. You can do that on Facebook as well. You can have awesome groups, business building groups, no different than your lunches and that kind of thing, that you business building groups that way. Absolutely. And actually, again, put yourself out there. I'm not saying do like weird political stuff that tends to turn people off, but I am talking about just, you can do your own posts, make it personal and that kind of thing. That's absolutely okay. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's the presentation. Oh, the discount code. All right, this is the deal. Make sure you go and get LO Social Bot for $1 for 30 days. Make sure it is everything that all of these people are saying it is. And you get 10% off forever. Let me show you exactly how to do this so there is absolutely no confusion. You just go to losocialbot.com, okay? Click Create Account. Put in your information. You can tell I've done this before, right? Go like that. Put in your information. Select your plan, right? If you want to do a 12-month membership, you save 40%. It's less than $1 a day without the discount code. But what it's showing here, it's just $1 initially. That's all it is, just $1. And then after that, it depends on which plan you pick. If you do, it's $340 a year, which equates to $29 a month without the discount code. So you set up this, this is where you put in the promo code Facebook. See if I can spell Facebook. I did. How about that? You bring that and it brings it down to just $26 a month, right? It's absolutely, if you picked a year, by the way, meaning you pay for the year, it's 26 is what it equates to well, you guys get it. But it's just $1 today for 30 days to try it out and make sure that it is everything that I'm saying it is. One other thing. If your company is a little skittish about marketing on social media, there are a lot of companies are out there, the regulations and that kind of thing. If they are, definitely reach out to me because we have a corporate edition where it will review and release. Basically, it does everything that a compliance department wants. It has been so sort of exciting because I'm getting calls from compliance departments, obviously loan officers I talk to all the time. That's our bread and butter. But I also get calls from compliance departments hearing about LO Social Bot, that we're solving this problem where they want, believe it or not, they want loan officers to market on social media, but they're also concerned. And we completely alleviate all their concerns. Haven't talked to one compliance department that has said, wow, this is not going to work for us. You aren't doing enough to ensure things are going to work out okay and protect us as a company for social media. Not one, literally not one. So just have them reach out to me. That's my email address right there. Or you reach out to me. We'll set something up. We'll do a demo. It's literally a 15-minute demo. It's super simple, very simple product, just like LO Social Bot's simple, from the loan officer perspective, but it's extremely effective. You're absolutely going to love it. I really do hope you give it a try for 30 days for just $1. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry I went a couple minutes over, but I had fun. I hope you did. Hope you got something out of it. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day.